Hey guys, welcome back to the Hunter Call the Wild. I'm at Squidster, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a full red deer super guide here in TeAwora National Park. So before we get into today's video guys, I do want to ask of you one thing. If you can go down below, smash that like button and subscribe, it would be much appreciated and it will help out with the YouTube algorithms. If you do want to help out the channel and support us without having to pay or whatever, you can go down below and smash the like button and subscribe, because it gets more people to view the videos and it really supports us and helps us out. Okay guys, so hopping right in, if you guys go into your lodge or whatever you want to call it, your outpost, you're going to see there's a bed. You want to change the time, the updated time. If you guys are seeing this before another update, you're going to want to change it to 6:45 because red deer start drinking at 6:30. And the thing with Call of the Wild that they still haven't patched is that if you leave the game and come back in, it makes it so that way the deer spawn in way faster at all their zones, so do that. And once you've loaded in, you can start going to all of your zones. So I find there are anywhere from 45 to 50 zones in TeAwora. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple hot spots right away. I will share a favorite spot guide map at the end of today's video. Right here is one of my all-time favorites. I spawned 3 diamonds at this zone right here, but all of these zones are red deer, as you guys can see. Every single one of them, along with all of these. So that's a really good spot. And where I'm currently at, there's 3 red deer zones here, and probably more right here. I really haven't checked. And this lake has 5. Over here, I still have nothing since the update. The river, I have some zones right here, so I do have a tent set up. And nothing else along the river, nothing over here for me. But yes, it is different for everyone, but yes, it will be similar. I've spawned a diamond right here. I have spawned tons of diamonds right here before the update came out, but now that the update's here, I only have 1 zone, and I've checked multiple times. Up here is a gold mine. I used to have way more zones, and I still haven't been up there in a minute, so there's probably more. These are all red deer zones, so this is one of the best spots in the game. This spot, these 2 spots, and this spot right here is probably the 3 best spots in the game. I will share a hotspot map with you guys and show you where all my favorite spots are. The stars are going to be my favorite spots to hunt, and the X's are where I'm going to shoot a diamond at, or where I already have. Now guys, I am getting respawns because I have all my zones. If you guys were here at last night's stream, thank you. We shot tons of bucks out of this zone, and there were nothing but 4s. And now we have a level 6 and a level 7. So I'm going to take these real quick. Now guys, I do use the 300 unless it is an 8 mythical or above, because it just gets them down way faster, and speed is really the name of the game when you're grinding. This isn't necessarily a great one guide, it's kind of just like a red deer guide, but it still gets them down way faster. The only thing that sucks is I have the Argus on right now, and I didn't realize it until now. So it's really hard to take trot shots with the Argus, considering the fact there's a female standing in front of him. Alright, he's gonna give us a shot. Here we go. Oh, come on now. There we go. We got him. His highlighted thing went away real fast, so he's dead. Now guys, for my red deer loadout, it is fairly simple. I carry with me the Zarza 308 for any trophies, 300 Canning Magnum series, the Apex View, 7x42 binoculars, and the red deer color. It is optional, but I don't really usually carry it. I usually carry the red deer scent with me. I do have it, I just don't find it that useful, and I find that it never even really works for me. We're going to switch to the Hyperion because I'm planning on killing some more bucks. Now guys, with tent and tripod placement, I do try to keep it as the best as I can. With tents, I do try to avoid my zones, so that way once I spawn in, I don't spook all my deer out of my zones. But I might move this tent to right here, since there's no zones there now. I did used to have a zone right there. Excuse my voice crack, it's insane lately, I'm sorry. And I do have another tent down here that they usually don't even render in right here until I fast travel over here. And I can look back over here. For my tripods, I try to have them as close to my tent as possible. These aren't tripods, these are tree stands, as you can see. And or ground blinds, I'm sorry, I'm tired. I do try to keep them as close to my tent as possible because, like I said earlier, speed is the name of the game. And right up here, we have our big rack level 7. So I'm going to start talking about the racks now. So, what is a big rack? This is a big rack. and it's basically a normal rack, but on top it has all of these thingies. I don't really know what are brown tines, I think they're called. And down here, a smooth rack would have just none of these brown tines. It'd just be nice and smooth all the way up. You guys have seen me shoot 8 mythicals. That's a nice silver. It would have been a beautiful gold, actually. But yeah, that's because he's a big rack, and he's perfectly even on both sides. Now guys, if you aren't Great One grinding and you don't want to Great One grind, you don't have to, but I still do recommend finding all your zones because you can still get tons of good respawns. But if you don't feel like tracking down all your zones, you really don't have to. You can just go around to all the different lakes, and just because you don't have all your zones doesn't mean you're not going to get respawns. They just respawn in that zone. That's the cool thing when you have all your zones. Now guys, red deer do drink from 6 or 6:30 until 10 or 10:30 in TeAwora National Park. New to drink zones, you will find drink zones anywhere, basically anywhere where there's water, but there are some spots where there just simply isn't any, and it's the most annoying thing on earth. Like right here, nothing. The rest of the river, other than right here, nothing. Prove that I do get respawns. These deer right here were level 4s a couple nights ago, and over here I have nothing but 6s and 7s, and that is the best sign you can possibly get. So you got a big rack level 7. It's a huge deer, by far my favorite rack in the game besides the diamond rack, and another big rack level 7. It's a smaller big rack, but it's a big rack. And we have tons of 6s, and of course you're always going to have a few females laying in there somewhere. And when you're hunting at this lake, make sure you're always looking up in the trees too, because there will be some deer standing up there, but with the latest update, they're all on shore. So I'm going to take these 2 level 6s real quick while we're waiting. That was more like intestines. That was missed. Yeah, from far away, the Hyperion does not do the job, I'll tell you guys that. Yeah, it missed again. Okay, whatever. Alright guys, so this massive level 7 is giving us a perfect shot. So, I'll take him with a 300, like usual. And I do want to put the Argus on here, so I have no excuse if I screw up. And here we go. Perfect. Dropped him right down. What else do we have here? So many deer. I don't think I can get a shot on anything else. And the cool thing is, all you gotta do is leave the game, come back in. Everything will be right there. So yeah. First level 6 right here. Hopefully he comes back as something big. Always want to spend about 3 seconds on the trophy card screen. Useful is while you're running, make sure you turn around and look back where you spawned. Like right over there is right where I come in at. Look back where you came in at, and there should be some deer that didn't render in when you were over there. And what do you know, we have a few stags over here. Looks like there's a stag walking right there. Yep, a big rack level 6. And nothing much else. At least we got something to shoot. Now when you're grinding, guys, you will find that your deer aren't respawning, and that is just simply because you don't have any zones. But when you're only getting 5, 6, and 7s, that is good. Keep shooting them. They'll eventually go to 8 mythicals, 9 legendaries, and if you get good enough, and if you get enough diamonds and respawns and all your zones and all that, you'll eventually see that 10 fabled. When I'm hunting, I do take my bloodhound with me. He does all the tracking for me. He's definitely worth $2 in real life, and he's just awesome. He does all the tracking for me, as you can see. This is one of the deer I've shot. Right ahead, we have our big rack, level 7. He is beautiful. Shut up, dog. You did a good job. He is beautiful. I love the level 7 rack. It's by far my favorite one. The big rack level 7. Awesome. For the next one, and subscribe for more.